If you're not,
I
I'm
was
really
prepared to be
doing?
mad at you for the rest of my life of the fact that we have different opinions on what kind of RPGs are good.
Oh, it's
so
new.
weird.
I didn't know
super
it was
new.
this
It's like in the last 2
new.
years.
It's like last year, yeah.
Okay, so this movie has the exact energy of a movie that I feel like I would have heard about for the last like 12 years.
How do I know that name? That's what I want to know.
It's a country.
Yes,
You
but
may
like,
know. You may have heard of it from the countries.
yeah, but
I'm appalled that there are people out there asking if The Invisible Man is part of the Dark Universe or if it's a standalone movie.
the what
Well.
universe?
So, do you remember when The Mummy came out?
Oh no!
With Tom
And-
Cruise, aka
yeah.
Bobby with the tool.
Yeah, and then there was like, oh, this is Dr. Jekyll. He's going to be helping you fight this mummy in the
Did they
Dark
really- was that really in the movie?
Universe.
Was that really in the movie?
Basically.
Holy cow!
Jekyll was in the movie, confirmed.
What?
Yeah.
I feel
And
like I
then the
knew
movie-
about that, but I feel like I repressed it or something. Like,
Yeah, then the movie tanked so bad that the Dark Universe itself also got tanked, and we lost like a bunch of movies they were planning on making, which firstly, this is good. Because that would have been very very bad.
no, dude, I love cinematic universes, and I think they're really cool.
I know. I mean, you have voiced your praise of cinematic universes on the podcast before. So I am sorry
I wish they
to
would make one about like superheroes or something.
honestly,
I mean-
it's a big empty market that I feel like no one understands that this is a hole that needs filled. You know?
a hole that needs filled.
No one ever talks to me about holes in the field. It's all right. It just gives me 7 more years, and I'll be a wizard. Something. You know.
So
Do
anyway,
you guys think that's real?
what?
What?
If you are a virgin when you turn 30, you become a wizard. You guys think that's true?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's true.
It's a
yeah.
non-zero chance, right?
I think it's a
Yeah.
documented fact, honestly.
Yeah.
Whoa!
We're talking about like clan wizards, right? To be clear.
Nope.
Oh, then no. Yeah, no, not a thing.
You're telling me people who don't have sex and turn 30 are racist?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh,
You
if
know, that's
you're a
fine. As
virgin
long-
by
as long
30,
as
do
you
you
gotta say
become...
something.
All right, so if you're a virgin
Important
by 30, do you
clarification.
become a citizen is the first result. The second one is if you're a virgin by 30, do you be a nun?
Wait, do you?
Are
Do you
nuns like wizards?
Do you become an STD?
Holy cow! You literally just like transcend into the mainframe of diseases. I guess I'll become syphilis.
Wow. Jackson, how's
See
it
ya.
feel to know that, like, once
See
you
y'all
turn
later,
30,
I'm gonna go
you're
become
actually going to kill
syphilis.
people? Or at least make them
again,
a little
I'm
uncomfortable.
just gonna reiterate. If you turn, if in this economy, in our current political climate, you turn 30 and are a virgin, there is a non-zero chance you're gonna kill somebody.
Yeah, there's not a zero chance that you're gonna kill somebody right now, Dan.
Well, that's true.
So what's your point?
My point is, I don't have there's no way I can recover this joke. So
Incel's bad.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of where it was what I was trying to
Incels
go
are bad.
for, but
Can we talk about them? We haven't talked about them in a while.
We actually haven't.
I don't want to talk about incels. Incels make me sad.
I mean, well,
Yeah.
that's fair. Also,
But the thing is, like, they think that people hate them for like several reasons, and then they just have like really bad opinions, and people hate them for that, and they're like, "See, I was right the whole time." You're like, no, we don't hate you because you don't have sex with people. We hate you because you're mean.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Like,
I don't know. It's one of those things. It's just like some people. It's kind of like last week when we were talking about like conspiracy theorists. Some people believe what they believe so much that it doesn't matter anymore because they're too invested in believing that. You know?
it's true, yeah. You doubled down at that point.
I
Yeah, it's a mentality that's hard to recover from, I guess.
guess so.
People make me sad.
So, by the time this comes out, I think I will have already returned. But I am going back to Austin next this coming week.
Hey, nice.
So I will be leaving in less than a week, and then I'll be back in a couple days after that.
Good deal.
So, that'll
What
be
are you
fun.
heading down to
For
Austin
spring
for?
break.
Oh,
I'll
spring
just go to
break.
spring
There you
break.
go. Nice. Yeah. Ironically enough, I will also be traveling. I should, by the time this comes out, I should be only a couple days from home. I'm driving across the Midwest. Who knows how it's going to turn out? I hope the roads
I mean,
are
it's
not.
the Midwest, so probably not
It's the
great.
Midwest. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be that great. I'm not looking forward to the to driving through both Dakotas because I'm pretty sure
Both of these codas.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure the just standard. Yeah, this is how you get there. Automatically takes me through North and South Dakota, and that
What's wrong
sounds.
with the Dakotas? They're not even the Midwest. They're just the West.
Well, it's more the time of year is my problem with the Dakotas.
Okay. I thought you were like, oh, I don't want to see North Dakota and South Dakota people. I'm like why?
No, I don't have any specific issue with the Dakotas. It's just the Dakotas in winter that I don't appreciate.
I'll take your word
No,
for
I
it.
kind of hate the Dakotas in general.
I mean,
Have you ever
I
met
get
anything
you.
good that comes from the Dakotas?
Name
Name one good thing
Fargo.
the Dakotas have.
Fargo.
That was so long ago. I don't know if that counts
They had a
anymore.
TV
You just
show
asked
that
for
came
one
out,
good
like-
thing.
The TV show came out like 2 years ago.
Buddy, that came out in 2014.
Yeah, but there was like 4 seasons.
That
You're telling me they put out all 4 seasons and it ended in 2014?
oh, interesting. Huh. Okay, I take it back. It looks like so. Okay.
You can just tell me I'm right. I know.
No, I mean you are because it's 3 seasons that finished in 2017, but
okay.
there's a 4th season that's being planned, which is weird.
Why?
I don't know. I never really like.
I've heard good things. I didn't watch it myself because I don't watch anything, but
That's fair.
It got it's for the Coen brothers and stuff. Yeah, or it's based on the Coen brothers thing.
we're like the Coda brothers.
Also, the reason I was thinking it was so much older is because I was thinking of the movie, not the TV show. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the movie is
Well,
a little
I
older.
meant the movie, but they're similar. They're the same universe, if you will.
Yeah.
I think
Well, isn't Fargo
show
the
is a
series
sequel.
like a prequel to the
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I just know everyone likes it.
inspired by?
Inspired by what? Inspired by what?
No.
Inspired by you,
Oh,
Weird.
Noah.
nice.
Weird show. I probably should watch it at some point. It's one of those things that I've heard amazing things about. And season 3 has Ewan McGregor, so like I'm here for that. But I don't know.
Hmm.
It's kind of messed up how people in the UK just be like, "This is my child, Ewan,"
Ewan,
right?
my boy Ewan. It'd be like that, you know.
Yeah, it's
Feel
pretty
like
messed
that.
up if you ask me.
Honestly, I do enjoy just like names from the UK in general.
It's true. This is my child, Sean. Am I right,
Sean.
guys?
It's like
You
it's
may know
like
him from this movie.
Wales. Things down in Wales. I have no idea how to pronounce any of that stuff,
Neither
and
do
it's
they.
delightful because I
And
just
by
like
they, I mean like people in the UK, not people in Wales. The Welsh know Welsh, but
yeah,
the
no,
rest of the UK is just as perplexed by Wales as we are. So
they really do be though. Oh, I
You
love
blame
stuff
them?
like that. No,
you go to Wales, how are you going to go anywhere?
hi. This is a 15 letter name that has 3 vowels and they're all the letter Y.
I've been
And
to
it's 2 syllables.
I've been to Wales.
Really?
How was it?
Yeah, Cardiff is gorgeous.
But
Yeah,
how
but
did
how
I
were the
spell?
road signs?
How are the what?
How are the road signs?
What Welsh?
Oh, sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, but you know I didn't drive, so
what's
who
what you got
cares?
against the Welsh?
Okay, the Welsh.
Guys, what's your favorite of the kingdoms in the UK?
See, I don't have any issue with the Welsh.
Yeah, but which one would you get rid of?
What is your least favorite? I think it's a better question because favorite is hard. Who's your least favorite of all? Let's alienate all the 0 listeners we have in the UK.
So what you're saying is we have to pick the smallest
No, you don't
section of
have
the
to
UK.
pick. I actually was asking that as a joke question because it's incredibly incendiary.
It is incredibly
fuck it, I don't
incendiary.
care.
I
What do
do
they
care.
do?
I'm not.
What do they do? Come across the pond and fight us?
Dan,
I
what's
think
your
not.
least favorite European nation?
Yeah, see, that's terrible too.
Do you see how
I'm,
that's?
trying,
do you
no,
see
I'm,
that's a
I'm just trying to
problematic-
think. I'm trying to think of a good
Okay,
answer.
but you're not opposed to answering that question.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't mind.
But you have an answer to it.
I feel like Spain. Like, what has
All right,
Spain done
Spain.
recently?
What's your issue with Spain?
What have they done since the
Guillermo del Toro?
Conquistadors?
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah,
We got.
He's
Well,
in
he
Hollywood
from
now.
Spain,
He doesn't
Spain?
count.
yeah, he's from Spain.
I thought he was from like Spain. I
Wait,
wasn't sure if he was just like
I'm
Spanish.
incorrect.
But
I'm incorrect. He is not from Spain. He's from Mexico.
Oh,
oh,
see,
okay.
I see. No,
So
I
what
got
has
thrown
Spain
off
done
because
recently?
he does make movies about like Civil War Spain,
It's true.
but that be not where he from.
what's Portugal done recently, for that matter?
Why are you just trash talking different countries, asking what they've done recently? Maybe the fact that they've done nothing
I think Portugal
incendiary
deserves
is
a lot of
good.
credit because Portugal
Is the man.
was one of the first people who came to Brazil.
I'll give you that. All right, fair.
Ja come to Brazil.
Well, it's
Portugal
okay.
was
Look,
Portugal was like,
I'm not talking shit on like the Irish or the Scots. Like
okay.
they're fine. Norway and Sweden are fine. Finland is anything that begins with anything like east of Poland. I feel like no longer like at what point do they no longer count as European? At what point do they no longer count as European? That's not even a insignificant question. That's an
Once they're
actual
in
question.
Asia,
Really?
I would say
Does Russia count
anything,
as European?
like the half of it that's populated.
Interesting. Okay.
Russia is it is a Eurasian nation, but I think a lot of senses it ends up being considered European just because I mean the majority of the population lives within the European part of the country.
I'm just I'm looking through all. I'm trying. I'm trying to come up with good bits about anything. I know so little about anything like east or south of Poland. Like Romania, I know obviously Hungary. I know some stuff about, but like
Moldova. What about Moldova? Come on.
Why do I know that name? That's what I want to know.
It's a country.
Yes,
you may have heard of it from the countries.
Yeah, but I know it from something else.
I don't know why you know Moldova, but I'm just glad that you do. I guess.
Were they?
How many countries do you guys know?
Moldova. It's because it was where Age of Ultron took place. That's why.
Oh.
It's also like one of the only countries in the world where a majority of the population believes in vampires.
Yo.
Which means to tell you there are vampires and they're in Moldova. The people in Moldova are incredibly superstitious.
I do like that.
Like if you go around, if you were to like say this girl's a vampire's like wife or whatever, they'd be like, all right, I guess we got to burn her at the stake.
I mean, I feel like they're probably not burning people at the stake in 2020, but I like where your head's at.
Probably not, no. But they're just very superstitious, and they actually like they keep alive a lot of those superstitions. The general populace is also very, very poor.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, but there's Moldova for you.
Romania. If you go to triptomoldova.wordpress.com, there are actually a lot of people who encourage Moldova tourism because the American dollar travels so far in the country. Wow, they really believe in
plenty of culture.
A whole bunch of bad luck stuff.
Yes, I guess they're very superstitious.
Don't take the trash out at night. That's the only time I take my trash out.
Because the vampires will get you.
It says it can bring ruin on the house. No.
Yes, because the vampires will get you.
I couldn't do that. That's the only time I take my trash out because I don't want to put it out like in the morning. I'd have to wake up early for that.
You are guilty of ruining your house.
I just take my trash out when I leave the house in the morning.
Yeah,
on my way out the door.
Yeah, but Dan, I leave the house at like 9:45 and the trash comes through at like 9. I'm not getting ready to like leave the house at that time of day. That's when I'm making breakfast.
This is a weird I can't bag this stance. I'm sorry.
Well,
like it seems like just when you leave the house, just take it out. Like
you can't because the trash will have already gone.
The trash is already gone.
So it just sits up there. Who cares? It's not like stop.
I am not leaving my trash on the side of the road. I will be fined by the city.
Will you actually? Does your town actually have enough like infrastructure to do that?
You know how small my town is? I literally live behind the local police barracks.
Yeah,
are you telling
that doesn't answer my question?
His trash outside for a week every week?
Yeah, does the trash only come once a week? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not all of us have dumpsters.
So take it out the morning before.
Like and leave it out for an entire day.
Well, who cares? Who cares if it's done all? It's going in the trash.
Because I don't want to get in trouble. People complain about these things. This is a small town where people don't have anything better to do.
And they will get mad. People get really mad about trash. People are heated about trash.
Yeah, people will think, especially in neighborhoods like mine that are like I'm not in the bad area of town. Because there is distinctly a bad area of town.
Your town is so small. The house, how do you have a bad part of town?
Dude, I'm not in the area where people actively cook meth. That is the bad part of town, not my part of town.
Get over that. That's the whole county, first of all.
It is the whole county. But no, here's the thing.
It's an epidemic, though. It's every county in the country.
Have had their neighbors call the city and complain about their trash. There is a guy who I cut the hair of. He works for the railroad. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime he's going to be out of town, he just builds stuff.
That's actually much cooler.
But anyway,
well, I mean, yes and no, because like, imagine being a conductor. You get the hat, you know.
Well, so here's the thing: this guy goes out for like 3 or 4 weeks at a time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and party he comes animal. Back. Am I right, guys?
So what he'll do is he'll put the trash out before he leaves. Any trash that he has, not a lot of trash, but sometimes the bags will sit there for like 3 or 4 days. His neighbors know that. And they're fine with it because why raise a stink? He's just like, hey, just put my trash out. I gotta go. Yep, good job, Dan. You did it. But anyway, you know, he's
Personally,
like,
I'm proud of you.
stinky.
he actually had someone complain about him last time because, God forbid, he leaves his garbage out. And I'm not about to have that happen to me. That's all I'm saying. My neighbors put theirs out somewhere around late afternoon the night before. I just put it out probably around like 10 p.m. when I think, oh man, I was about to go to bed, but my trash is still in the house. I can't do that. And that, you know, it's...
So really what I'm getting from this, Noah, is that you are trying to actively bring ruin upon your home.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Because you're taking all the right necessary steps to bring ruin upon a house.
It is true.
So
I am taking
that's
the
what you're
trash
looking
out.
for. Congratulations. We could call you a home wrecker.
Taking it out at night, returning home for forgotten things. I forgot my keys twice last week.
No, you're literally going to
That's
die.
a bad omen.
You've ruined everything. You are the omen lord, I guess.
One
but
should
not
look
in a
in the
good
mirror
way.
before leaving the house if you have to return for the forgotten item. I have not looked in the mirror when I return. Let's see.
It's so the vampire isn't you. Quite frankly, I have no idea why they believe that. But
the first time I look upon a baby, money must be put in their blanket or bad luck will follow the child forever.
forever.
What? Oh my gosh, I
Oh my
love
God.
that.
They really just be expecting everyone to have money on them at all times. Otherwise, you encounter a baby and it's screwed.
Don't give money on Mondays. You'll give money all week long. That's a superstition. If your left palm itches, you'll receive money. If your right palm
Wait,
itches,
hold
you
up.
will give money. Yeah.
What if you had to get? What if you see a baby on Monday?
You better be giving that baby money all week long,
But
my
then
guy.
okay.
Don't put empty bottles, keys, or change on the table. They're all bad omens of financial loss. Dude, I hate to say it, but I just cleaned off like 4 empty
Where
beer
do you put
bottles
the
from
money?
various surfaces around my house. I am...
Yeah, where do you put the money? Where do you put the keys?
I keep my keys in my jacket pocket, if we're being honest. And I
Same.
put
My keys on my
I have
desk.
a big old pretzel barrel that I put all my coins
Do
into.
Moldovans consider desks tables?
Are
That's
desks
a good
not
question.
tables?
I don't think desks are tables.
I think if you were to be like, hey, can you set up the table, and then you were to put my desk together, I would be mad at you.
I don't
But
know
if you
that I
were
would
like-
agree with you. I
No,
don't know,
'cause-
like I usually am here for these like, oh, but if you did the thing, I would be pissed. I can fully consider a desk to be a table.
Well, here's the thing, though. Your desks are tables. Like, your desks are just, like, longer, skinny
Yeah, my desk
tables.
has like, mine's got like 3 different like tiers to it, and there's a
Yeah.
bunch of like little like it's not very big. Like you couldn't really eat on it. You can fit like a plate on it, but you have to move the keyboard off.
And I would say most tables don't have drawers. Like, a coffee table will have drawers, but, like, you know, like a dining room table doesn't usually have drawers or anything like that. Whereas my desk has, like, a pull-out filing cabinet and, like, a second tier and, like, drawers. It's got everything there like that, you know?
Your desk killed 2 people.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. 2 tiers.
2 tiers.
Yeah, I don't think a desk is a table. I think a table can be a desk though. Like you can use.
I think
a table as a
all
desk.
desks are tables, but not all tables are desks.
I think you got that the other way around.
You think all tables are desks, but not
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, all tables can be desks, but not all desks can be tables.
That-
Some desks are not.
No, if I have a dining,
optimal
if I have
for it.
like a dining room table, that shit is not a desk.
It can,
Even if I
it
You
put
can
it-
make it into
even
a
if I
desk,
put my,
though.
even if I use it as a desk, it's not a desk. I
I
would still
feel
call
like-
it a table.
I mean, that's
my
fine.
desk could not, in any sense, be a table.
But yeah, like, my desk,
You couldn't
I
have
can
2
put,
people eat at
I
this.
can put a plate at my desk, but I actually can't because that's where my laptop sits. So, like, then I have room for 2 mugs and a cup of water, and that's my desk space, you know?
I think no, because I'm gonna go to the Wikipedia. I'm going to fucking Wiktionary on this. Hold up, let's fucking find me some fucking definitions because there's no way. Definition of a desk: C, a table at which a person works. Yeah, all desks are tables.
No, I mean, that's cool.
No, because it's a table at which it's the table, and then the table is being.
Yes, but the
defined. I
table
don't-
is part of the definition. Therefore, it is a table. It is a table, comma, at which someone works.
See, I'll accept the hot dogs or sandwiches take from last week, right? Like, that's one.
See, I was here for that. I was on board with that
I
one.
can get behind you. I get the logic of it, but like,
A table
I
is a
feel
piece
like-
of furniture consisting of a flat slab with legs. That's all it is.
yeah, but that's the thing. My desk doesn't have legs, dude. A lot of desks don't have legs. A lot of desks are built on other shelving and things like that. Like, that's how I see a desk in my mind has enough space for your legs to fit under it so you can kind of like slot into your desk. Maybe it's a little wider underneath so you don't just have one person's worth of space, but like many desks are made to work at and not other things.
Yeah, but it's still it still is a table.
But tables don't have shelving built into the top of them.
Apparently some of them do.
No. So I feel like this is
a weird argument,
Okay,
but I'm
so
here for it. You know, I just realized we never actually said welcome back to Off the Air. It's fine.
not important. Shut up. Off the air happens whether we acknowledge it or not.
That's
okay,
fair.
so here's it's like this argument, right? Like what you're saying, like I'm sitting here saying BTS and Ailstorm are not the same. And you're saying, no, Noah, they're both music. They are the same.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Don't you dare take that stance.
Listen, listen, they're both musicians. They are by definition both bands. Yes, that is correct. Are they not both bands? Yes, they have different purposes and different aesthetics. I agree with that. I don't have a problem with that. But you can't
I don't know
say
what we're talking about anymore.
they're not both bands.
I've been reading about Orpheus.
And the same room, it's like, okay, a dining room table and a desk are different kinds of tables, right? That's where, like, in this same like metaphor that you're going at, if BTS is a dining room table and Ailstorm is a desk,
you go to the shadow realm.
And Ailstorm's a desk, then like they're both under the broader umbrella of table and band, respectively.
Okay, I made a bad example because I agree with your statement, but I still do not stand by this table thing.
Are you trying to tell?
I'm trying to say that there is a broader statement than like
what is the broader furniture?
Yeah.
No, because in metaphor, then the broader statement for that is musician, because you can have musicians that aren't bands at all.
Like BTS, they're not a band.
They're a boy band, aren't they?
They're a group.
Baby bats are called pups.
I'm pretty sure they're a boy. Like,
yeah.
Do they not play any instruments at all?
No.
That's on me. I did not know that. I wouldn't have made this argument then. I wouldn't have called them a band.
Also, boy bands don't play instruments either.
They just believe in themselves and sing.
I apologize. I wouldn't have made the same metaphor just because I didn't know that they didn't play instruments.
Yeah, so you got sub vocals, main vocals, lead rapper, sub vocals, rapping. That's what the seven members are credited as if you just search BTS members.
I get where you're coming from, but I also think that the definition, like you're saying that they don't sit on legs, but I would argue that in this like metaphor of or in this case of like a filing cabinet underneath a desk, that is a just very big leg. If anything, it's a leg that has a drawer.
I don't think I can agree with that.
I don't think I can agree with you not calling it a fucking table.
It's
Morpheus.
I don't enjoy being gaslit like this.
It's not gaslighting. It's literally definitions. It is dictionary definitions
in a row. I'm just trying to mind my business.
You don't appreciate being proven wrong like this. Is what it is. Listen, I got the receipts.
Not what this is.
It is
fine.
now.
I'll accept that my take what might have been wrong last week.
Which one was it last week? About sandwiches?
Yes.
Okay, that one was a little bit gaslighting.
It was last week.
Was it last week? Hot Tub Time Machine.
Hot Tub Time Machine. That's a band, right?
It's a movie.
A movie?
Not a very good one, but it's a movie.
Yo, speaking of movies, Michelle and I have been browsing Hulu lately because we've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
No, we're talking about Hot Tub Time Machine for a hot second, like just 2 seconds real quick.
Go ahead.
Hot Second Time Machine, yes.
What is it? Is it like they get in the hot tub and they go back in time?
They go to like a resort, and when you get in the hot tub and you press a button, you go back in time.
Oh.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Okay. Holy shit, Dan, you found The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then Bigfoot on Hulu?
Yeah, it's on Hulu. I assume you've seen it because it seems like the kind of movie you would have seen.
No, I've seen the poster.
We did talk about it in the podcast, though.
Did we?
We have to have.
I don't feel like
it's got Sam Elliott in it. And I keep seeing
it's a weirdly high like production value.
And I'm just like, I want to watch this movie, and then I never have gotten around to it. Oh, it's
so
new.
Weird.
I didn't know
super
it was
new.
this
It's like in the last 2 years.
It's like last year, yeah.
Okay, so this movie has the exact energy of a movie that I feel like I would have heard about for the last like 12 years.
I got nothing on
That's the energy this poster gives me, is just like one of those movies like oh shoot, what's that movie with Elvis? Bubba Hotep. It gives me the exact same energy as Bubba Hotep, that it's one of those like, oh yeah, I've heard of that, but I've never seen it type of movies.
Okay, yeah, I can back that.
That's how
Wow.
every movie is to me.
Bubba Hotep.
I want.
Yes.
Michelle
Fair
and I
enough.
spent
Bubba O'Reilly.
a solid 20 minutes debating on whether or not we should watch the movie called The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot. And I just.
Because like the thing is, you know what's happening, right?
It's very descriptive. Like, that title is everything you need to know going into that movie. It has no surprises for you.
I don't know. See, I have been misled by movies with descriptive titles like that before, like John dies at the end. John does
Is it
not
because
die at the
I was
end.
gonna say John doesn't die at the end?
No, not at all.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't know, man. I kind of want to watch it, but also, like, it's not going to be good. It's just not.
Are you sure? I think it might.
Audience scores are like 50%.
That means it's okay. So there is a sweet spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a sweet spot where it has to be like above 20,
Mm-hmm.
but usually it's like above 20, below 40. And that is the so bad it's good category.
Mm-hmm. Anything about
'Cause-
that you're dealing with up to like 70, I would say you're dealing with probably just okay at best. And anything below that, it's actually bad.
Yeah. So like if you go on Rotten Tomatoes, you got a square 10% for Fantasy Island,
Oof.
and then you got 46% on IMDb, right? You average
Mhm.
those out, it's
Let's take a 30.
yeah. And that's
Ish.
I think
25.
that's pretty
Guys,
fair for where it's
this
at.
this reminds me of, have you ever seen the video? It's like, you look at me and you look at Samoa Joe, and you can tell I'm a genetic freak and I'm not normal. You ever see that video before?
Samoa Joe. Who's Samoa Joe? He's a wrestler, isn't he?
He's a wrestler, yeah. So it's this thing, and I can't remember who's doing it, but it's like, me and Samoa Joe are gonna go in the ring at sacrifice. He's like, usually when you go at one-on-one with a wrestler, you have at best a 50 chance of beating a wrestler. But with me, you look at me and you can tell I'm not normal. I'm a genetic freak. So you got at best a 2/3 or 1/3 chance at beat me. And he's basically just like, it's just terrible like broken English. Like he's sweating so hard and like the words just aren't working for him. And it's incredibly
Because
funny.
he's just out here trying to
And
be
then
like really angry and like
He's like,
aggressive.
You take your 1/3 chance plus my 3/4 chance because you know Kurt Angle's not gonna want to mess with me because he knows he's got no chance of beating me at sacrifice. So you take your 1/3 chance minus your 25% chance, and you got a 7% chance of beating me at sacrifice. And then he like does this math that makes it so he has like a 170% chance of winning. It's a great video. But that's just what you reminded me of you were doing right there with the Rotten Tomatoes. Because you're like, you got a 12% chance. If you take that 12% chance and bring it to the 20%. And it just reminded me of one of my favorite videos, so I had to share
Amazing.
that.
I do love that. I have seen that before. It's very, very good.
You got a 7% chance at best at beat me.
What a good time. But all that to say, I do believe that movie might actually be, well, let's see. The Man Who Killed Hitler. Yeah, fine. I'll just cut it off there. Yeah, see, that's a 56. Oh no, that's a 56%. Dude, I think you should still watch it. I'll watch it if you watch
I won't
it.
lie to you. I won't lie to you. I do want to watch it.
Nina, you
But
want to
I-
watch The Man Who Killed Hitler and then Bigfoot?
And then the Bigfoot.
She says yes, so like...
Does that mean I'm pulling Michelle in? We're making a digital double date? Also, digital
Gross.
double date is the
I'm
name
just
of
using you
something.
to
I don't know
bully
what.
Dan into watching it.
Probably a bad podcast.
You're a bad podcast.
You think Digital Double Date would be a good podcast?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd 100% watch this.
So, no, what day is this episode coming out?
This day?
It's probably
It's
Thursday.
Christmas Day.
You've done it again, boys.
The spirits, I don't know how, but they did it. Well, of course they
He
can.
couldn't do it. They said he didn't have it in him. Oh, you fools.
It's March 19th.
Comes out March 19th. You guys, Animal Crossing and Doom both come out tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh. Nice.
I am hyped for them.
Is Animal Crossing not already out?
No, doesn't come out till the 20th.
Are
right?
you sure? I definitely thought I've seen people playing Animal Crossing.
No, they're just like talking about it a lot because I don't know. It's people love it.
Yeah, Animal
I've
Crossing
seen
release
people
date.
talking about it to such detail, and they're like talking about villagers doing things again,
No,
and
yeah,
everything
no,
like
it's
that.
not out.
And I'm just like, oh, Animal Crossing's out. Neat. And I firstly forgot that it came out on the same day as Doom. And secondly, I really just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, that's fair.
Huh. Well, good for Animal Crossing.
Good for her.
Good for Doom.
Who is she? No offense to this man's, but if I saw this man's in public, I would not know this man's.
Who, Doom?
I mean, either of them. I'm probably not gonna play either.
I want to play Doom, but I know I'm not actually going to.
People were mad that they're calling him like the Doom Slayer now or whatever.
Yeah,
Because apparently that's like the original name or something or other. Like, just whatever, dude. Just don't be mad. It's Doom guy. It's Doom Slayer. He's fighting. You know, he's up to some good fighting bad guys. That's my take, boys.
I'm gonna buy Doom day one. Like I'm not. Don't get me wrong. Animal Crossing is fine and all, but I don't have any like emotional attachment to it, and it feels in the same vein as Stardew Valley for me, which I don't love. Like it's fine, but I don't. A lot of people tell me that the game is like very relaxing and very calming, and I just feel like I'm burning time when I play. So,
yeah,
which is fine. Like totally to each their own. Like I get that it's objectively a good game. It's just not my style.
Mhm.
Doom, on the other
Is it
hand,
objectively a good game?
I'm pretty sure. Like pretty
Good
confident.
game's also. I guess it does do what it wants to do. I like it. I think it's a really fun game.
I think I think it's a what little I played a couple of hours of it. I think that for me it works best as like a mobile game where I can kind of pick it up and put it back down at any given time.
Are we talking about Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing? Okay.
Stardew. I never played any of the Animal Crossings. But yeah, Stardew I like it in theory. I just don't really love it in practice, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Doom, on the other hand, I love in both theory and in practice, and buying it day one.
I am not, but that's only because I know I'm not good enough at shooters to actually like want to spend money on a new one when it comes out.
That's fair. I would. Yeah, I can back that. You're very bad at games.
Yeah, I'm better at RPGs and stuff where it's
no,
like
you're not. I've seen you play
Fuck you.
RPGs.
You have seen
Probably
me
fine at
casually
RPGs.
have fun with RPGs. You have not seen me play RPGs. Calm down.
I've seen. Okay.
Bro, isn't every game casually for
I was
having
gonna say
fun?
what RPG have you not played casually for fun?
Witcher 3. I
How
played
can
that
you be
game
bad at an
seriously.
RPG?
Didn't you stream Witcher 3 at 1.2?
No.
Okay.
I streamed like bits of it here and there where I was just like bumbling around, killing time, doing fetch quests. I died because I wandered into an area that was like 20 levels over my head doing a fetch quest. That was
Also, I'm still
you
hung up
know.
on the idea of how can you be bad in an RPG?
Well, party comp for Dragon Age has definitely screwed me over on many occasions, but that's because I
And-
was
and
very
also just-
stubbornly sticking with my stuff.
Fully ignoring story points. Like just completely
Is that
disregarding.
bad though?
I would argue it is because to me it's actively removing the potential amount of fun you can have. Like if you kill
it though?
if and this is actually not a call out, Noah, before you say anything. If you kill like a major NPC
Uh-huh.
and it takes out a huge chunk of the game because of it, I would argue that is a bad way to play the game.
Did
It
I
is
kill a major NPC?
I don't know.
Did you killed a major party member?
I think the whole fun of the
Jahan?
games is that you can just do them however.
Didn't you
didn't
just
kill
kill
Jahan.
didn't you just kill a big old roguey boy?
Oh, you're talking about me killing my lockpick guy in Awakening. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
Common.
100% did that.
Well, and I think that like it is a understandable choice, and if that is specifically what you want out of the game, I guess that you're right. There is no wrong answer. That said, I think that most people want to get the maximum like enjoyment out of the game, unless you're trying to
Oh, no.
speedrun it, or if you are specifically trying to play an evil like a very specific like.
I was going to say, I would
want to-
100% agree with you that that is not the best way to do it. What I usually do is now that I've never beat that game. Like Dragon Age Awakening, this is a new experience for me, but I decided to play through all the Dragon Age stuff just to play through as an actual role-played character, which is not something
Mhm.
I've usually done in the past. And because of that, I decided to actually lean into the idea that was supposed to be my other character. I'm like, yeah, there we go.
Look at me, I'm evil.
So I
now.
killed him because of course I did. But
I mean, that's fair. Have I? Oh, God, you and I need to play Tyranny at some point.
eventually.
God damn. I keep mentioning it because I really want you to enjoy it. But yeah, I don't know. I guess you're right, Jackson, that it is really what do you want out of the game determines whether or not you're good or bad at RPGs. You know what? No, I would say that there is still being bad because you can just make decisions with no regard for what you actually want and just ignore the game.
Yeah, there
I think if
there
you-
are
You're
ways to
telling me
be
if
bad
you
at
just don't-
RPGs.
You're telling me if you make decisions that you don't want to make, you're not what?
No,
So
I'm
you're telling me that if you just do things that you don't want to do, you're doing it wrong.
sort of. I'm trying to Noah, help me out on this. I think you and I are on the same page with what I'm trying to get to.
Are you saying that if you're trying to play a game a certain way, but to do that the certain way, you end up doing things that you don't actually want to do? Is that what you're saying?
I think I'm saying like
That just seems like
If you-
kind of a stretch. And it's an RPG.
I mean that's fair.
You know,
That's fair. No, I'm willing to
being held
accept.
accountable for your decisions is part of the fun, right?
I mean, I would agree with that. I don't know. I feel like there's definitely like I guess like if you're trying to play the game a certain way and then instead of working towards that certain way, just making like I'm just thinking of like mashing through dialogue choices without regard to like what you're actually trying to do with the game as a whole is to me a bad way to play an RPG.
Yeah, but that's to you though. If someone's wanting to do that and they, feel like they're enjoying the game more because of it, whatever. It's an RPG,
That's fair.
right? Also, speaking of RPGs, how do you guys feel about Skyrim?
It's pretty good. I mean, it's not. It's a broken mess of a game that's garbage, but I enjoy it.
Because I've heard several people espousing the opinion recently that Skyrim is not very good, and I'm glad that's an opinion that's okay to have now. Because I never really liked Skyrim, and I'm glad that people are more openly allowed to say that. Because before, if you said you don't like Skyrim, people would be like, actually, you're an idiot.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
I guess so.
I don't know why
It's
I
just not
believe that
fun.
you were about
Like,
to
it's-
like hardcore defend Skyrim. But
It's just not fun.
I'm not the biggest fan of Skyrim just because, and it literally is only because I played so much Morrowind that when Skyrim came along, there were just elements that didn't feel quite as nice to me.
It's a worse game than both Morrowind and Oblivion at the same time, and neither of those I'm a big fan of. So like,
Mhm.
how did you
Well, I think
make
you
a new
might just
installment in the
might not
series?
like Elder Scrolls games.
Oh, I know, I don't for sure. But also, like, I think Morrowind's a good game and pretty fun. And same with Oblivion. But, like, I think Skyrim just is somehow worse than its predecessors.
I don't know that I agree with that. I don't think
Which is-
Morrowind holds up as well as people give it credit for.
Oh no, I guarantee that if I went back
To be
to
fair,
it,
I played Morrowind for the first time when I was, like, 19. So,
Yeah,
like,
that's
4 years
fair.
ago.
That's
I
fair.
guarantee if
And
I
it was
went
fine.
back to it, the thing that would drive me through that game is 100% nostalgia. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm. 'Cause
However,
I tried to play it with so there's actually a multiplayer mod for Morrowind, which is really fucking cool.
Ew.
Where you and like your friends can actually. I enjoy multiplayer mods for single player games. It's very funny to me.
Mhm.
But I tried to play that, and then in doing so, I was like, oh, I'm going to play the single player, and just like actually play the game how you're supposed to play it. And I don't know, just
Because
didn't enjoy it.
there's no fast travel, and the fast travel that does exist is very pointedly only to certain spots, and it can be difficult to because there's no way to actually quote unquote buy a home for yourself, so it can be difficult to find a spot that you like want to set up in
Mhm.
and like maintain.
Mhm.
So I get stuff like that does become a problem to people who just like a more polished game.
I don't even necessarily think it's a Polish thing. I think it also is like
I think it's a
there are-
Polish thing.
Damn,
I think
dude,
there
you're
are
right.
game
That's right, The Witcher.
like
Am I right, guys?
conventional game aspects that have come into fashion since I would say I enjoy Oblivion, but I also haven't played Oblivion in like the better part of 6 years. So maybe I wouldn't enjoy that as much if I went back to it as well. But I think there are game conventions that come across in Skyrim that make it, even if it's objectively not more polished, make it feel more fluid and less old, I guess, for lack of a better word. Like Morrowind to me, when I try to play it, feels old.
No, yeah, it definitely feels old. It's clunky. It doesn't. Your hitboxes are a little jank. Stuff like that. Flip
That
side,
said, I will go ahead.
the nicest thing about Skyrim is its strong modding community, and if you want to turn that game into something different, you can.
Mhm. But you
as
shouldn't
a person-
consider a.
Who's not a huge fan of mods, like
I don't like mods
to
either.
a point. Like I like some mods, but there are a lot of times where mods, like even just like little fun things, get to a point that they're too much for me and I just don't enjoy them anymore. And I actually learned how to like create levels in Morrowind, which is
that's
worse
cool.
than modding objectively because I was just making my own mods to give myself things at a point. But it's fun. It's life. But there's
C'est la vie.
I don't know. It's because Morrowind had less accessible mods for me. I played through that game twice, like just straight up. Whereas Skyrim, it was so much easier for me to fall onto like side quests
Mhm.
and lose interest in the main quest. Like
Yeah,
Morrowind.
no, that's the problem with Skyrim. Like one of the big problems is like the main quest is like the least interesting part of the game.
I would argue
Yeah.
the same thing about Oblivion, though. TBH,
I only played a little bit of Oblivion.
the main quest in Oblivion,
Skyrim's the only
like,
one that I actually played like a decent amount of.
that's fair.
I keep
But,
hearing
like-
Oblivion compared to Dragon Age Inquisition, except that Inquisition is just like a little bit better.
I mean, I would
At
argue
what
they're
it
very
does.
different game styles.
But
Like, in
it's
terms
the
of
same
gameplay.
like idea. Well, I will not try and argue that they're the same game style, except for like the main quest story.
Okay.
That was the comparison I was making, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, rift pops open, better close that boy, and then continue on with life.
That just seems like a good idea, honestly.
I would agree.
If there's a rift, you know what you should do? Probably not keep it where it's at. So, you know.
I don't know. I definitely agree that if you need a modding community to make your game playable, you have a bad game.
Mhm. I feel that that's a thing that needs the community to keep the game going at this point. I think that is the only reason the game is still used.
Yeah, you can make the same argument for Mountain Blade, which is an ancient ass
Warband.
game, but still, yeah, Warband. Which
People love that
actually,
game still.
I think by the time this comes out, we should be getting the new. Hold on, we're getting Bannerlord's early access should be coming out.
Who?
I think.
Is that the new Mountain Blade?
Yeah,
guy?
the new one, the one that's been out here forever.
Wait, what is it? Mountain
Mount
Blade
and
2?
Blade, Mountain Blade, Bannerlord. Yeah, the new one. Yeah, March 31st. Fuck yes. Oh, I'm excited for that.
I just immediately associate Mountain Blade with the kind of people who use Linux.
I would agree with that.
For,
No,
better,
100%.
for better or for worse.
100% agreed. I enjoy the game. I enjoy the game a lot, actually, but it's.
Yeah, I had fun with it too. My friend Josh was super into it in high school.
I had a friend named fuck
Josh? Who
I
also was
actually
into
think it might have been Josh.
Whoa!
It's freaking me out. That was into it in like late middle school,
Mountain
early high school.
Josh approved.
Fucking Josh. Mountain Blade Archery was really fun.
Josh has loved this game.
Speaking of RPGs, did either of you play Kingdom Come?
No.
Deliverance?
Yeah.
No. I just like to say the tagline to games sometimes.
Okay. I feel like Jackson, you might enjoy Mountain Blade more, or not Mountain Blade, Kingdom Come more than you would Skyrim.
That's possible. I'm more of a JRPG person though.
Very fair. I am very much not, which is again just personal stylings.
Well, you're telling me it's not the be-all end-all of who a person is?
Yeah.
And we like the same video game?
Mhm.
You're telling me I don't have to hold it against you?
I mean, you should hold it against me.
Okay.
If you're not, I'm
'Cause
really
I was
what are
prepared
you
to be
doing?
mad at you for the rest of my life over the fact that we have different opinions on what kind of RPGs are good.
I mean, objectively, JRPG's terrible.
Okay.
Western RPG good.
Oh, that reminds me. Is Persona 5 Royale out yet?
Japan. The American port has to be coming soon, honestly.
It looks like it's coming out on April Fool's Day.
Oh, what if that's just a prank?
That would be very funny.
That'd be pretty messed up of you, Atlas.
It looks like I know when I need to be purchasing my PS4 by sometime after that.
You said buy and then after. There are no rules.
Yes. I mean, let's be real. I'm not going to buy that like straight out the gate. I'm going to wait for it to die down for a hot... Oh, wait, no. That's one of those games that sells out, isn't it?
In Erie, probably not.
Tight.
But maybe.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll get a copy of the game somehow.
Oh, speaking of cool games and game engines and stuff, I remember why I want to talk about. Fucking Mandalorian. I want to talk about the Mandalorian real quick.
Mhm.
Is
Found
there a
out.
game coming out for it?
No, even cooler, in my opinion, even cooler. So
Okay.
the
okay.
game, the movie, the show, whatever.
JRPG?
The JRPG. The show
I knew it.
obviously takes place across like a bajillion different places. I'm trying to avoid spoilers because some people still haven't seen it yet, which is fine.
not fine.
Takes place across
Tell
a
'em.
bajillion different places and like
Spoil it.
all these other like it's Star Wars, right? Found out today that
Oh.
instead of doing normal green screen work, which would be like kind of what you would expect for some of the broader things and building these massive sets,
Yeah.
what they did is they actually made their I believe it's Unreal has these massive Lightroom like set pieces essentially where it
Oh,
is
yeah.
a screen in like four directions, so above, straight behind,
As above, so below.
as above, so below. So basically it's like a platform surrounded by screens and then like
Yeah.
with one wall removed, the fourth wall removed for the camera to see through.
Don't break that.
and, like,
I like Deadpool.
the like entire show, like anything and basically the idea being that instead of using green screen to add it after the fact, you literally drop essentially an environment and then the camera is 3D tracked so that the environment moves like properly as the camera moves, meaning
That's
that
cool.
none of it like it's all CGI, but it's CGI like there's it's like a giant I believe it's Unreal environment behind like all of it. Like the entire world of The Mandalorian is a bunch of different Unreal environments stacked on top of one another. And like, that's fucking cool as shit. Like, I don't know. That's so fucking cool to me. Like any of the like wide open landscapes type things are all like massive LED screens that the camera is recording at super high like efficiency, and they're being rendered in real time to move with the camera. And
what if they just like recorded in an actual place?
Right?
Weird.
You
ever have more money than God and you just have to find a way to spend it?
Now, dude, it's so much cheaper than trying to actually like go to locations.
Yeah, but like New Zealand is famous because of that.
Yeah, which is good,
Yeah.
but you don't have like in terms of filmmaking, it's so much easier to do it this way and cheaper and has the same effect. And the only real difference is that you're not spending all this extra money to go to these locations, and then you have complete unlimited control over what exactly is appearing in your environment behind your actors and stuff.
I just want them to film more stuff in New Zealand.
I mean, I'm here for that. But also, if they can make an entire new season on a fraction of the budget that it would normally take to do, because they would normally have to go on location for a bunch of different things, I am hella here for it. And it's
what if they just made one episode of every show from now on?
I'd be here for that too. It's just really cool to see like this is like the natural evolution of like a green screen, right? Because they in certain like back in the day, right? They would project a like cars especially were guilty of this, car scenes where like they would project a like moving landscape behind the car.
Oh, it always looks so bad too.
And always looks so bad. This is the natural like, what if we took that basic idea and turned it up to like 1,000?
Turned up to finger 11.
Not even finger 11. 11 would have been one thing. This is like this is a whole new ball game. I don't know. It was just a really cool thing I found out about earlier today, and thought that you guys might find it interesting.
So I saw that, and I did not think of it as being that cool at the time, because I'm like, yeah, that's cool, and that was about it, you know.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
And it now occurs to me that it didn't even occur to her. Oh my gosh, can I speak better? It now occurs to me it did not at the time seem like that big a deal, because it's like, oh yeah, you know, everyone does CG, yada da ba 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 ba. But this is like kind of a different way that I guess I hadn't really thought about.
Yeah, I also similarly heard the same thing a while back and didn't really consider the like broader like ramifications of it, like what it actually means.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Very like obviously some things like the ship, for example, right? They have a scale model of the ship.
Oh yeah.
And like anything he has to interact with is, you know, really there. Like they sit on something, they walk across something, that kind of thing. But like any of the background like vistas are all just Unreal Engine massive LED screens.
Yeah.
Rendered in God knows what fucking quality. And it's cool for the actor too, because you actually can like react and look around at things rather than like just a green platform.
Which is definitely better than when they were filming the prequels, because I remember reading an interview with what's his name?
About how Jar Jar Binks just kept like coming to life and scaring the people.
No, I never heard that
Hayden
one.
Christensen was like, please, the Jar Jar Binks. he takes the suit off and then the suit keeps talking.
No,
the effect is real. He's in my dreams. And then everyone's like, whoa, but what if he was actually Sith Lord? And then he was like, what if actually Jar Jar Binks, Misa. You guys like Jar Jar Binks? Be honest.
Right.
I love Jar Jar Binks. I think that guy's crazy. He's always up to no good.
I think people give him a lot more shit than he deserves for being what is
they're scared of him, honestly.
What is supposed to be a comic relief character.
So anyway, I would get back to my point just real quick.
Ian
McDermott, Diarmid? I don't know. Dermid. I'm gonna go with Dermid. Played Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
I remember an interview with him, you know, in the original trilogy, he said he got to sit in a giant throne room because, you know, they shot at all the different angles. The whole room was like finished, basically.
Giant set. Yeah.
And he said he got to sit there and feel like the king of the galaxy, you know, like he felt like he was really in charge of everything. Mm-hmm. And then they had him come out for everything in episode 3. And he said, I just stood there in a big green room and I gave a speech, and it's just amazing how far things have come since, you know, back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you could read it either as like a nostalgia thing or as him praising like how far technology's come and what they're able to do. But I don't know, fun little thing.
Yeah, I kind of to me it reminds me a little bit of the thing about Ian McKellen when he was doing the new Lord of the Rings.
He had to like constantly be alone.
Well, yeah, he had like a whole breakdown in the middle of filming because he's like, this is not what I signed up. Like, I didn't sign up to be standing in a green room by myself for 12 hours a day, acting it to a wall.
Yeah, that would be depressing.
Yeah, no.
But to be fair, now he could do it in a green cube.
That's true. Well, it's not green. That's the thing. It would be a cube that looks like New Zealand.
A New Zealand cube. Did they do The Hobbit in New Zealand?
I don't know.
I feel like they didn't, right? Maybe they did. What do I know about The Hobbit? Nothing really. I saw it one time.
I didn't like The Hobbit.
It was all right.
I watched the first one and I thought, this is a movie. I watched the second one and I'm like, wow, they really do be stretching this out. And I saw the third one and I'm like, yeah, this was bad.
I didn't have any like overtly negative thoughts, but like I can definitely get behind the opinion of it wasn't worth watching.
Yeah, I would back that.
There's so much like giant spiders though. That was kind of cool when they did the giant spider part.
Mm-hmm.
That was like my favorite part. Also, I know everyone hates it and is really angry or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The scene when they're all just like bobbing around the barrels, very classic.
No, that scene is very funny,
classic.
actually.
I actually did like that scene.
That. Yeah.
That was the one people were like the most mad about though.
My favorite was reading about how they actually did almost kill the actors in that one. And
precisely.
There was so much, because what did they do? They did it mostly in just like 1 or 2 takes, right?
I don't remember. I haven't looked at it in quite a while.
But there was like a lot of stuff where they put like GoPros in the barrels, and some of the footage in the movie is just like 1080p GoPro footage where you're just watching this man dressed up as a dwarf almost drowning in a river.
Correct.
I love it. I love it so much.
You don't really sound like you love it that much.
I don't sound like I like a lot of things very much, but here we are.
Okay. You guys remember the meme of Sure Jan from that one Brady Brunch parody?
Yeah.
And she was like, my boyfriend George Glass. And then, yeah, that was a classic back in the day. What happened to Sure Jan?
I don't know.
What's your guys' favorite YouTuber?
I don't know. I go back and forth. I'm really big on cooking shows right now, so I've been watching, still a lot of Bon Appetit and Binging with Babish.
Have you seen the Good Mythical Morning cooking show?
I have.
Because it's actually slick, not gonna lie.
The dude's freaking out of this world, and I do love him.
A psychopath.
He is.
But in like the best possible way.
No, 100%. 100%. I like how... I love Food Fears. Food Fears is a good time.
He just like yells Food Fears sometimes. It's
like,
that's
a
people
thing.
Eat eyeballs.
It's a thing we do. I just made it up, but it's a thing we do.
Yeah, he's a very likable guy. Mythical Chef Josh.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed when he had Babish come on, and he's like, so I hear you hate blood. He's like, yeah, no, I don't want to eat blood. And he's like, eat this cube of blood. And Babish is just like, I'd really rather not eat this cube of blood. And he's like, I'll do it if you do it. And then he just takes it and pops a cube in his mouth. He's like, see, this is fine. And then
he has no fears. He has no feelings.
Yeah, that man is just like a robot with a stomach, and I love him. Also, he got a spork tattooed onto his arm, which is... I don't know if that's amazing or terrifying, but either way, it's a big thing. Dan, you still alive?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a good answer. I'm scrolling through my YouTube subscriptions to see if I have a good answer, and I don't know that I do.
Oh, fair enough.
I watch a lot of like weird different content.
I don't know.
It's okay. You can just tell us you like John Marbles.
You know what? No, I found one recently that I'm absolutely in love with. Have you guys ever heard...
You can just tell us you like John Marbles.
Have you guys ever heard of the lockpicking lawyer?
I have, yeah.
I'm sorry, no.
Okay, so this guy, he's fantastic. I love him so much. He goes out here and for years now, he's just been, 1,053 videos are up right now of him just like picking locks and teaching you how
but he's not like a lawyer.
No,
I thought it was like a lawyer and like he like did crimes.
No, that would be very funny.
But on like a way he could get away with and like explain to you like how to do crime.
Yeah, no, he's just
Can you imagine though if that was what he did?
It would be very interesting. But no, yeah, he just teaches you how to pick locks, and he does all kinds of various different locks, and he reviews locks, and it's really cool.
This one couldn't pick it.
Yeah, he has had a few that have like defied him. He has like
defy my will,
where he just like takes the whole lock apart, which I find those to be really cool because it's like he shows you what's inside, what the different pins are, and he's like, he doesn't advocate crime, but he does like he does sit out here and just be like, yeah, I mean, like, here, check this out. This is just some cool stuff. Lock companies will send them stuff to review sometimes. A pick company.
Lock companies will be like, hey, please review our lock.
And
Famous lock.
it's usually not too
reviewer.
good because like Master Lock, I didn't realize Master Lock were like terrible locks, you know?
It's not in the name though. Who would have seen it coming?
Yeah, I suppose. Like, I don't
Going
know.
off name alone, I would have thought they had it, on lock.
Jesus. But yeah, I don't know.
Got him.
I don't know. He's really fun content. He's super chill. He has so many videos that you can check out, and literally all his videos are like literally just him picking the lock. There's no like opinions. There's no anything like that. All he tells you is whether your locks that you're buying are good or not. And my personal
How
favorite.
famous is this guy?
Well, he has, how many subs does he have? He has 1.3 mil.
Jesus.
My personal favorite is his stuff where he's been breaking open gun safes off of Amazon. He did one with a fork. He did one with a spoon, because the issue with gun safes is so many of them are electronic that they are neglecting to maintain the actual. Well, the issue is they're neglecting like actual like security stuff that they need to do because they are functioning as an electronic would and not as a lock would. So there's one, he was literally able to just like slam its corner on the ground and it pops open because the lock is that bad.
Oh,
and
you fools.
there's another one,
you can't get that past the lockpicking lawyer, baby.
he could literally reach a spoon in the side and like press the release button that's on the inside of the box. It's like things like that. And he's like, well, if you want to keep your gun out of a kid's hand, then
just keep the spoon out of the kid's hand.
Here you go. This will at least put it in a box they'll be like not willing to mess with, but it's not actually any security. Kids will be able to get into this pretty easily. I don't know. I like it. It's neat. Good content.
You know what I've liked recently?
What?
It's I think it's pronounced Exurbia. EXURB1A.
No, it's actually Exodia. The forbidden one.
They do like short essays / poem things, and they're really neat.
Okay.
How many subs do they have?
1.61. They have one. I'm trying to find it real quick.
The thing that blows my mind is like you'll just be like hanging out and someone will be like, oh yeah, you heard about this YouTuber? And be like, wait, never heard their name before. And they're like, yeah, they got 40 million subscribers. It's just like insane to me because before it was like people with 10 million subscribers, everybody knows them on like a first name basis. Mm-hmm. These days, everybody's just like minimum to get by in this economy, 1 million. Mm-hmm. That's the reality of YouTube. People will be like, this is a mega famous YouTuber and I've never even heard their name. Am I a boomer?
And it's weird to me all the time to think of like how many people a million actually is. You know what I mean? Like if you stick like, okay, so by the numbers we have like 20 to 30 consistent listeners, right? You stick those 20 to 30 people in an average like house room, and they're maxing that room out and spilling out into like the hallways and stuff. Like, it's not that many, but that's quite a few people to like deal with in like
my apartment. You know?
Exactly. And then you think, okay, well, let's move up to like one of the bigger names. They've got 1,000 people or 1,000 consistent followers, and then like, whatever. And then that's like, okay, you're dealing with like a big a decent size like event, like you're going to like a big workshop or like going to see someone speak in like a professional setting or something like that. You could fit 1,000 people.
Yeah.
And then you get up to like 10,000, and at that point my brain starts to be like, I cannot mentally contextualize 10,000 people. I don't have a mental context for it.
Isn't that neat?
I've been to some concerts that had like 10,000 people before, and like some stadiums and stuff. But yeah, it's like a lot of people.
It's so many people. That many people decided I care enough about this one thing
to subscribe, though. It's not like you have to like care deeply to be a subscriber,
Well, I would argue you do, though, because I think that for most people, like almost all YouTubers these days get more views than they get subs. Like
really?
I would disagree with that statement. I would heavily disagree with that statement.
I mean, okay, let me just going off of like, okay, let me phrase that. Anyone that's been around and still gets picked up by the algorithm gets more views than they have subs, because there are some old timers who have had subscribers for like ever, and then they just aren't getting the numbers anymore. And then there are like people like I don't know, like Exurbia or something, that are getting many more views than they are subs. Like they're getting a couple million per, whereas they have like 1 million.
Well,
most channels, it depends on if your channel is like blowing up currently, it's going to be like that, and then it'll stabilize. Mm-hmm. But it's pretty much always going to end up stabilizing to the point where you have more subscribers than average views.
That's fair.
See, I don't know. It looks like Exurbia only has a couple of videos that spike up that high.
It looks like about half I'm scrolling through now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing
Like,
yeah,
if you put
about half.
If you're like a JonTron where you put out a video a month and it's usually pretty high quality, you're gonna fall into that camp. But I think people who like my main man Northern Lion puts out like 10 videos a day and has like 800,000 subscribers, but each of his videos get like 50, 60K views because there's like 10 of them and they're all different. So some people are like, oh, I only watch the Isaac, or I only watch the Twitch highlights, or I only watch the, whatever.
That's fair.
So like channels that have more variety and more uploads tend to get lower views per subscriber, and then channels that have more hyphy uploads will get your that ratio changes.
So on that note,
Speaking of people who follow other people for the content they produce,
where can we follow you for the content you produce, Dan?
Twitter.com/BornToRule, Twitch.tv/BornToRule, and Instagram BornToRule57.
Isn't Twitter also Born to Rule 57, or did you finally get that?
I thought I finally switched it. I've been wrong before. I definitely am wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong.
All right. I remember
an
you
idiot.
emailing them about Born to Rule and being a dead account.
I never got a response on that.
Got him.
It's a shame. Maybe someday. A super dead account.
Oh yeah, no, it's a bot that like didn't go anywhere or do anything.
Beginning 2012 great with a bonus $222 thanks to the CNBC article.
Wow.
That's the only tweet. I love it. And it has followers somehow. Like these are real people. At least
Correct.
one of them is. Nope, fake.
I don't know, man. It says Twitter removes accounts after supposedly Twitter removes accounts after 6 months of not being active. And here we are looking at this account, and I'm telling you that account is not active.
Bull.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the entire fan base to report the account as being a bot, so it gets banned, and I can replace it. Cut that. That's a bad idea, and also definitely against terms of service.
No,
Definitely
we didn't
against.
talk about the Invisible Man at all.
I
You
didn't.
didn't.
That's all right.
No. 2-second review. How is the Invisible Man?
2-second review of Invisible Man is you need to see it. It is very, very good. Don't let your worries about
Dreams be dreams.
don't let your dreams be dreams, and don't let your worries about Blumhouse movies keep you away from watching this one.
Are there worries about Blumhouse?
Blumhouse is a shit company when it comes
They
to their
made
movies.
Fantasy Island, didn't they?
Like Jason Blum hands out money left and right to get these artists out here making their movies and stuff,
Didn't
but
they
their
also do
horror
Get Out,
movies
though?
are so bad. No, I don't. Did they do
Yeah,
Get
they
Out?
did. They definitely
See,
did
that's
Get
the
Out.
thing. They
That's why I know
have
the name.
that's the thing. They have like some good movies, but
And
generally,
The Purge, which you could argue the first Purge is pretty good.
you could not argue the first. Are you talking
Really?
about the first Purge movie or the
Yeah.
first Purge?
The first Purge movie. Also Whiplash, which is objectively really good.
See, now here's the thing. They have some movies that are good, but they have so many movies that are just bad. They put out Ma,
That's fair.
they put out Fantasy Island. They touch a lot of bad product
That's super fair.
because they fund a lot of movies, and their reputation is that they make
Oh,
bad
they did
movies.
Glass. That's also why I know them.
Yeah, they fund a lot of movies. A lot of movies.
Interesting.
But yeah, anyway, yeah, watch this movie. It's a really strong, impactful story. Get a theater that doesn't have people that are laughing constantly like my theater had, and you'll be very happy. Yeah, I'm bitter. Why do you ask?
I didn't say a thing.
There you go. That's my quick hot review of Invisible Man.
No, if they want to see more quick hot reviews, where should they look?
Bubba the Bad, BUBBADABAD, Twitter, Twitch, and Tumblr, and Instagram. And I mean, like, if you guys have Vero, do you remember Vero? That was like a thing
No.
for a hot second.
I have
The
no clue what you're talking about.
algorithm free. Its whole thing was being the algorithm free social media site.
Yeah, I got nothing on this, bud.
Well, you can find me as that on Vero as well if you really want to. That's where you're going to see me talk about horror movies because that's all I post about there. That's about it. Facebook.com/OTA podcast, Twitter.com/TheOffTheAir, and Patreon.com/OffTheAir. If you don't want to support us monetarily but would still like to support us, tell your friends or leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. If you leave us a 5-star review, we will, as long as it doesn't have anything questionable in it, we will read it out loud.
And even if it has something like a little questionable in it.
There's levels of questionability. If you're
you
trying
got
to
one
make
from
it
the questionable
questionable,
one?
then no, we've never gotten one. But it's more that I'm not going to promise that I'm going to read something out loud if someone puts like a slur into it or something like that. So yeah, no questionable stuff, and we'll read it out loud. Rock and roll. Bye, guys.
What?